Have you ever encountered someone whose life story reads almost like fiction? Like a character someone carefully constructed, embodying this fascinating blend of experiences that seem almost impossibly diverse.
Hmm.
I mean, think about a life path that includes military service, and then rigorous neuroscience research, extensive global travel, and then somehow from all of that, it blossoms into this award-winning career across acting, comedy, writing, directing.
Yeah, it really makes you stop and think, doesn't
It
it?
does. It makes you wonder what truly forges that kind of, multifaceted
It
artist.
absolutely does. And it's rare to see such a rich tapestry of life experiences woven together so seamlessly into a single cohesive artistic voice. Which is precisely why today we're embarking on a deep dive into the truly extraordinary life and career of Iris Bahr.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you just look at her professional titles, the list keeps going. American actress, comedian, director, writer, author, producer, even dramaturg, that theatrical expert who advises on plays.
Right, a context and structure.
Exactly. And she's even a public speaking coach. And the thing is, each of these roles isn't just a line on a resume. It feels like a direct contribution to her unique perspective, her distinctive artistic voice.
And that distinctive voice, that's exactly what we want to explore today, isn't it? Our mission really for this deep dive is to unpack how her incredibly diverse background, those unique, sometimes really challenging life experiences, how they haven't just shaped individual projects, but have actually become the bedrock, the foundation of that singular artistic identity. We'll be looking at how she manages to weave these threads, which seem so disparate on the surface, into this rich, meaningful, and often surprisingly funny body of work.
Yeah.
Now, for many of you listening, you might already recognize her, maybe from memorable roles like Rachel Heineman on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, definitely. So good in that.
Or maybe Perla on Hacks.
Yeah.
But honestly, trust us, those brilliant performances, they are genuinely just the tip of a very fascinating iceberg.
That's a perfect way to put it.
We're about to discover the surprising, the profound depths of her journey. And I really think you'll find it incredibly inspiring, especially if you're interested in how life shapes art.
Indeed. And what's truly fascinating, I think, is that her foundation isn't just artistic talent, though obviously she has that in spades. It's built on this bedrock of real-world experiences that are as rigorous and demanding as they are diverse.
Right.
This isn't someone who just sort of stumbled into performance or writing. It feels like she's actively constructed a life that deeply informs every creative decision she makes, and that imbues her work with this rare authenticity, this intellectual curiosity. It's incredibly compelling.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning of this really unconventional path. Let's trace her early life, those significant foundational shifts. Iris Bahr was born in the Bronx, New York, vibrant, bustling American borough.
Classic New York start.
But then a really pivotal moment occurred when she was around 12 years old. Her parents divorced, and this led to a profound change in her young life. She moved to Israel with her mother.
And that age, around 12, is just so crucial, isn't it? It's such a formative period. It's when your identity is really starting to solidify, when you're developing your sense of self, your place in the world.
Absolutely.
So to suddenly transition from the Bronx, culturally rich, dynamic, but distinctly American urban environment to Israel, well, that's an entirely different culture, language, social norms, not to mention a complex geopolitical landscape.
Yeah, it's hard to even wrap your head around that shift.
It would have been an immense, maybe even jarring cultural and personal shift. Just imagine navigating school, friendships, daily life in a new language, adapting to new customs, understanding a deeply historical and, let's face it, often contested land. This duality, this early experience of living between two very different worlds, it almost certainly informed her understanding of human nature, how cultural nuances shape behavior, the myriad perspectives that exist. I mean, these are invaluable tools for any storyteller.
Oh, absolutely. It gives you this built-in lens for observation, maybe both empathetic and critical at the same time.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. An empathetic yet critical observation.
You can totally see how that kind of profound adaptation would shape an entire worldview. And as if that wasn't already a unique start, her journey continued with 2 years of compulsory service in the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces.
Right.
And she didn't just serve, she held the rank of sergeant.
Which is significant.
Yeah. And then, following that military service, she undertook extensive immersive travels throughout Southeast Asia and South America.
Yeah.
And these weren't just, quick tourist trips. These adventures were actually chronicled in her memoirs, Dork Whore and Machu My Picchu.
And this is where we really start to see those threads of resilience and, I think, a deeply inquiring mind emerge strongly. I mean, what does 2 years of IDF service, especially achieving the rank of sergeant, instill in someone?
Discipline, for sure.
Discipline, absolutely. An understanding of hierarchy, leadership skills, definitely emotional resilience, and a firsthand, often visceral understanding of complex geopolitical realities of conflict.
Yeah.
These are not, the traits one immediately associates with, say, the world of stand-up comedy or acting, are they?
Not typically, no.
Yet, they can powerfully contribute to the depth, the sharp observational skills, and often that satirical, that really incisive edge we see in her later work. Imagine the perspective you'd gain on human behavior under pressure, or the nuances of power dynamics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the travels. Her global travels weren't just tourism. They were clearly profound formative experiences, significant enough to become the subject of published books.
Right, Dork Whore and Machu My Picchu.
Exactly. Think about immersing yourself in the diverse cultures of Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, wherever she went, and then shifting to the rich, complex histories and landscapes of South America, exploring the Andes, maybe the Amazon. That kind of deep cultural immersion means encountering countless belief systems, different social structures, varied communication styles, deeply personal stories. And this process, it fundamentally influences a storyteller's perspective, doesn't it?
It has to.
It offers this truly global lens to view human commonalities and differences. You get a nuanced appreciation for what makes us laugh or cry or connect across borders. And for you, our listener, who values these deep dives into diverse experiences, this stage of her life really offers a powerful lesson in how broadening your horizons can just enrich your inner world exponentially.
It's incredible. Just those experiences alone could shape a lifetime of creative work.
Yeah.
But here's where it takes an even more surprising, maybe intellectually rigorous turn. And another fascinating layer for our learners out there.
Okay.
After the military service, after the extensive global exploration, she then plunged into academia and rigorous scientific inquiry.
Wow.
She's a magna cum laude graduate of Brown University,
Impressive.
where she pursued a double concentration, get this, in neuropsychology and religious studies.
Okay, now that combination is genuinely astounding and incredibly illuminating for understanding her art, I think.
Right. And if that wasn't enough, she also performed neuroscientific and cancer research at prestigious institutions, Stanford University and Tel Aviv University.
Just wow. Let's unpack that academic combination for a second. Neuropsychology, that's the rigorous scientific study of the brain, its relationship to behavior, cognition, emotion. It's about understanding the biological machinery of what makes us tick, right?
Yeah, the hardware, so to speak.
Exactly. And then religious studies delves into belief systems, cultural narratives, rituals, how humans construct meaning and purpose. It explores the abstract, the spiritual, the existential.
The software, or maybe the operating system.
Maybe. But to bridge those two seemingly disparate fields, one focused on the material brain, the other on abstract faith, human experience, societal constructs that requires, well, exceptional intellectual capacity, an innate drive for critical thinking, and a really deep curiosity about the multifaceted nature of being human.
So how does that kind of background, rigorous, analytical, but also deeply humanistic, how does that inform the work of a comedian and a writer?
Well, consider this. A neuropsychologist understands the biological underpinnings of emotions, decision-making, even irrationality. That knowledge could lend incredible depth and authenticity when she's crafting characters. She can portray nuanced emotional states or explain seemingly bizarre behaviors with a deeper, almost scientific precision.
Okay, I can see that.
And when she's writing comedy, this background might enable her to deconstruct societal norms or human foibles with this sharp, almost surgical insight, pinpointing the exact cognitive biases or cultural narratives at play.
Oh, interesting.
Similarly, her background in religious studies provides this profound understanding of universal human quests for meaning, the power of narrative, the diverse ways people cope with existential questions. And this can imbue her dramatic work, especially those powerful solo shows, with a rare philosophical depth and resonance.
Exploring those big themes. Identity, belonging, belief.
Exactly. But with a really informed perspective. It's this powerful foundation that allows her to build characters and narratives that are not only entertaining, but also intellectually robust and, importantly, deeply empathetic.
It's like a masterclass in interdisciplinary thinking, seeing how different fields can cross-pollinate to create something truly extraordinary.
Perfectly said. It's not just an interesting footnote. I mean, she brings this inherent depth to her performances and writing that many artists might spend years trying to cultivate consciously.
Right. It's not learned later. It's intrinsically woven into her very being. It informs every creative choice.
Precisely.
So, okay, with this incredible foundation, a life shaped by diverse cultures, military service, extensive travel, rigorous academic inquiry into the very essence of human thought and belief.
Yeah.
Let's unpack how she actually transitioned these rich experiences into such a vibrant career in entertainment and storytelling.
Yeah, let's get into the spotlight.
Because it really is a testament to her versatility, her ability to synthesize all these disparate parts of herself into a coherent, compelling artistic whole.
And it's that synthesis that makes her work so compelling, I think.
Moving into her performing career, Iris Bahr has established a truly diverse presence on television. She seems to move seamlessly between memorable guest appearances and really significant recurring roles. You've likely seen her pop up on all sorts of popular shows. I mean, there's that fan-favorite moment as Glenda and the one with Ross's tan on Friends.
Oh, yeah, classic.
To The Drew Carey Show, Strong Medicine, 911, Good Girls, The Conners, even the acclaimed Israeli drama Losing Alice.
What a range right there.
But she's perhaps most recognized for her notable recurring roles, like the very direct, often exasperated Rachel Heineman on Curb Your Enthusiasm. She was in 4 episodes, including the series finale.
Held her own with Larry David, which is saying something.
Definitely. And also as the thoughtful Perla on the Emmy-winning series Hacks.
Another great role. What's truly impressive here is just the sheer versatility required to move so effortlessly between such varied parts, from sharp comedy to compelling drama across such a wide spectrum of popular shows.
It's a real skill.
It is. Being a character actor, which she is so adeptly, means making an indelible impact, sometimes in just one episode. It demands sharp observational skills, a chameleon-like ability to quickly inhabit a character's essence, and a strong presence that registers even in brief scenes. And that Curb role, as you mentioned, particularly highlights her exceptional improvisational skills, her capacity to stand out in a show that's basically a masterclass in sharp, unscripted wit.
Absolutely. Speaks volumes about her comedic timing, her quick thinking.
Yeah, creating those memorable, believable interactions. And here's a fascinating bit of TV history for you. She actually played Leonard Hofstadter's co-worker, Gilda, in the unaired pilot of The Big Bang Theory.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's this intriguing what-if moment, right? Imagining how her early presence might have subtly shifted the dynamics of one of TV's biggest sitcoms.
Wow, that is a great piece of trivia. Underscores how close she's been to some major cultural touchstones. So beyond television, she also ventured into the world of film. Her first lead movie role came in 2006, playing Amy Butlin in the mainstream comedy Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector.
Okay, quite a different vibe there.
Very different. Then, in 2007, she took on a very different challenge. A supporting role as a psychiatrist in the found-footage horror film The Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Whoa, okay. Comedy lead to horror film psychiatrist. That further demonstrates her expansive range, doesn't it? And her willingness to explore vastly different genres.
Totally.
I mean, consider the contrast. A lead role in a mainstream broad comedy like Larry the Cable Guy that demands a certain kind of, well, accessible, maybe exaggerated performance.
Right.
Versus a supporting role as a psychiatrist in a psychological horror film like Poughkeepsie Tapes, which requires this subtle, unsettling gravitas.
Completely different skill sets.
Dramatically different performance styles, character requirements, each demanding unique preparation and emotional depth. And the fact that she continues to build her filmography, currently filming Joseph of Egypt for Amazon, confirms her sustained presence in the industry, her dedication, her adaptability as a performer. She's capable of navigating and excelling within varied cinematic landscapes. Clearly an artist who is not content to be pigeonholed.
Not at all. But while television and film provided these significant platforms, it feels like it's truly on the stage, particularly with her solo shows, where Iris Bahr has consistently commanded this unique and incredibly powerful artistic space.
Oh, yes, the solo shows. This is where things get really potent, I think.
Her one-woman show, Day Enough, opened back in November 2006 at the Culture Project in New York City. And this wasn't just a successful run, it was, well, a phenomenon. The show earned her the prestigious 2008 Lucille Lortel Award for Best Solo Performance. It garnered 2 Drama Desk Award nominations, Best Solo Show and Best Sound Design. She also received a UK Stage Award nomination for Outstanding Solo Performance.
Huge accolades in the theater world.
Absolutely. But what truly underscores the profound impact of Die enough, maybe even more than the awards, is that she was invited to perform it at the United Nations
Right.
for over 100 ambassadors and delegates.
Okay, so what does this all mean for us, for you listening? The solo show format is, and I don't think this is an exaggeration, incredibly demanding.
Oh, for sure.
It requires the performer to carry the entire narrative, the full emotional weight, often embodying multiple characters with rapid, seamless transitions, shifting accents, distinct physicalities.
Marathon.
It's a true crucible for theatrical skill and storytelling prowess. It demands immense stamina, memory, emotional range. So the significance of those awards, the Lortel, the Drama Desk nominations, these are major recognitions in the highly competitive, critically discerning New York theater scene. They signify profound critical acclaim and industry respect. But, as you said, perhaps even more impactful is that UN performance. That wasn't just entertainment. It suggests Die and Enough transcended typical theatrical boundaries. It touched on themes of universal global importance. It resonated deeply with a highly influential international audience, over 100 ambassadors and delegates from around the world.
It just raises the question, doesn't it? What kind of subject matter could achieve that kind of profound impact?
Yeah.
Transcending cultural, linguistic, political boundaries to speak so powerfully to such a diverse and influential group.
Exactly. It implies themes that are deeply human, perhaps urgent, maybe exploring conflict, identity, the search for common ground, in a way that truly connected with people grappling with major global issues on a daily basis. And you have to think her academic background, that focus on religious studies, understanding belief systems, no doubt contributed to her ability to craft such a universally resonant narrative.
It speaks volumes about the depth, the relevance, the impact of her work, its capacity to spark dialogue. And this wasn't just a one-off success, was it? She has this continuing, vibrant legacy of solo performance.
Absolutely. It wasn't a flash in the pan.
I'll ask you that it premiered at the Cherry Lane Theater in NYC in 2017. Then there was a planned sequel to DAI, called DAI 2.0, slated for April 2020.
Ah, timing.
Right, unfortunately canceled due to the pandemic.
Right.
But, ever the adaptable artist, she quickly reimagined it, premiered it to a live audience online in December 2020.
Yeah.
Which shows incredible resilience, right?
Totally. Pivoting like that, ensuring the work still got out there.
Then her fifth solo show, See You Tomorrow, was nominated for the 2024 Helen Hayes Award, premiered in D.C., slated for Toronto in July 2024, and, like, hot off the presses, her sixth solo show, Stories from the Brink, just premiered in Montreal in June 2024, and won the Frankie Storytelling Award.
Wow. So this continuous creation of solo work is just a powerful testament to her unwavering commitment to deeply personal, impactful storytelling. It's not just that she performs, she consistently crafts new narratives from her unique perspective. That evolution of DAI 2.0, from stage to online streaming, showcases that remarkable adaptability, that resilience you mentioned, in the face of huge global challenges. It speaks to her dedication to ensuring her art reached an audience even when physical theaters were shut, highlights her ingenuity in connecting with people.
Yeah.
And the ongoing nominations and awards, Helen Hayes, Frankie Storytelling, they're not just arbitrary accolades. They demonstrate the consistent quality, the critical resonance, the enduring power of her theatrical voice. It affirms her place as a significant, continuously evolving force in contemporary theater, an artist who continually finds new ways to explore the human condition and connect with audiences.
Her talent truly extends far beyond performing, as we've noted. She's also this prolific writer and character creator, carving out unique spaces in the literary and audio worlds. She is, in every sense, an architect of stories.
And this is where that incredibly diverse background just continually feeds directly into her creative output, isn't it? The ability to write about such a vast range of experiences, personal travel, political satire, and to create such distinct, memorable characters, it comes directly from a life that's been lived fully, observed deeply, and processed intellectually.
Okay, let's talk writing. Her memoir, Dork Whore. My Travels Through Asia as a 20-year-old pseudo-virgin. Quite a title.
Memorable, certainly.
Published in 2007, and this book actually became a bestseller in Germany. It was translated into German, Italian, Portuguese. It clearly had broad appeal.
Wow, international bestseller.
Then she followed that up with the sequel, Machu My Picchu.
Yeah.
Searching for sex, sanity, and a soulmate in South America. Again, very evocative title, chronicling her adventures there.
She doesn't shy away from candid titles, does she?
Not at all. And demonstrating her versatility and collaborative spirit, she co-wrote Book of Leon with the incredibly funny comic J.B. Smoove. That came out in 2018.
with Leon Black himself. That's fantastic. What's genuinely fascinating here, I think, is the sheer courage and candor required to write memoirs, especially with such provocatively honest titles.
Right. You put yourself out there.
Totally. Laying bare personal experiences, vulnerabilities, inviting readers into your journey of self-discovery with remarkable honesty and wit, it speaks to this profound authenticity, a willingness to connect with readers on a deeply personal, often humorous level about universal themes of identity, longing, navigating early adulthood. And the international success of Dork Whore, bestseller in Germany, multiple translations that suggest the powerful universal appeal in her storytelling about identity, cultural immersion, the sometimes awkward process of self-discovery.
Yeah. People clearly connected with it.
And for you, our listener, who values insights from diverse experiences, these memoirs offer this transparent look at how personal journeys, even the uncomfortable ones, can become rich fodder for relatable, impactful storytelling. Then the collaboration with J.B. Smoove on Book of Leon that further demonstrates her impressive versatility as a writer.
Totally different project.
Completely. Moving from deeply personal, introspective narratives to the more outwardly comedic, collaborative voice required for a character like Leon Black, it highlights her ability to adapt her writing voice and style to different creative demands.
Okay, so beyond the page and the stage, she also lent her distinctive voice to the gaming and audio world. She did extensive voice acting work for several Star Trek computer games.
So interesting.
Yeah, Star Trek. Voyager Elite Force back in 2000, Star Trek Elite Force 2 in 2003, Star Trek Away Team in 2001.
Wow, deep in the Trek universe.
She also voiced Madeline Taylor in Soldier of Fortune 2, Double Helix in 2002, and Sarah Elazar in Prey in 2017.
So action and sci-fi games.
Exactly. And for the truly dedicated Trekkies out there, she even made an on-screen appearance in the final episode of Star Trek Voyager Endgame in 2001. So she's part of that iconic universe in more ways than one.
That's commitment. This section reveals yet another dimension of her performance career voice acting, which is, a distinct and highly specialized skill set from on-screen or stage acting.
Totally different.
Voice actors have to inhabit characters purely through their vocalizations, relying on tone, inflection, rhythm, accent to convey personality, emotion, intention, all without the aid of visual cues or body language. The Star Trek connection is particularly notable given its dedicated, often very discerning fan base. They expect a high degree of authenticity and nuance in their beloved universe.
Oh, yeah.
So her ability to consistently deliver compelling performances in these games and other titles like Prey, it speaks to her range, her precise control over her vocal instrument. It requires a different kind of precision, a different kind of emotional conveyance to create a believable, engaging character using only your voice. It just further cements her versatility as a performer who can adapt her talents to various mediums.
Now, here's where her creative genius, I think, truly shines through in the realm of character creation and satire. The phenomenon of Svetlana and her other audio creations.
Yeah, Svetlana.
Yeah, Svetlana actually originated from Bahr's weekly commentary on NPR's Los Angeles affiliate KCRW. The segment was called Social Studies.
Right, I remember that.
And Svetlana is famously described as a Russian lady of the night and proprietor of the St. Petersburg House of Discreet Pleasure.
Quite the character description.
This character became an absolute sensation. Quickly gained traction, became a recurring guest on the Marc Maron Show, huge podcast.
Yeah, major plot.
And doing regular pieces for Kurt Anderson's Studio 360 on WNYC. The character's popularity just exploded, to the point where Bahr then not only wrote, but also directed, starred in, and produced the Svetlana TV series.
Wow.
Teaming up with entrepreneur Mark Cuban, no less, appeared in 23 episodes between 2010 and 2011.
What an absolutely incredible trajectory for a single character. Svetlana is, nothing short of a masterpiece of creation, transcending mediums from a radio commentary segment to a full-fledged multi-episode TV series.
It's amazing.
I mean, what does it take to develop a character with such a distinct voice, personality, worldview that she not only resonates profoundly with listeners, but becomes a recurring guest on major national radio shows and eventually gets her own series, produced with someone like Mark Cuban?
Yeah. What does it take?
It speaks volumes about Bahr's profound understanding of character development, her exquisite comedic timing, her astute grasp of social commentary. Svetlana isn't just a funny accent, she's a fully realized persona.
Definitely.
A persona that allows Bahr to explore societal absurdities, cultural clashes, human quirks through the specific, often humorous, and unexpectedly insightful lens. Svetlana's House of Discreet Pleasure serves as this brilliant microcosm, right? A stage from which to satirize everything from American consumerism to political hypocrisy,
Mm.
all delivered with this disarmingly blunt charm. It's just an act of brilliant comedic construction. It demonstrates how a singular, well-drawn character can open doors to wide-ranging social critique.
And she didn't stop there with alter egos. She clearly understands their power. She's also the host of the XRAE podcast as her alter ego, Raylan Casper White,
Ah, yes, Raylan.
whom she describes as a Southern intellectual, professional baby surrogate and sexpert.
Another fantastic combination.
Her guests on XRAE have included this incredibly diverse range of individuals, which I find so telling. From political commentator Lawrence O'Donnell, film director Doug Lehman,
Wow.
to acclaimed author Roddy Doyle, actress Andie MacDowell, alongside neuroscientists, academics, various other comedians and artists. It's an amazing mix.
That guest list itself is a statement.
Totally. Then, in 2023, she launched the Near Death podcast, where she delves into deeply personal territory, sharing both her own near-death experiences and those of her guests.
Okay, so this brings us to a really important question, I think. How does she so skillfully navigate and even leverage the line between her real self and her created characters?
Yeah, that's interesting.
The power of alter egos like Svetlana and Raylan Casper White is that they provide Bahr with maybe an artistic shield and a unique megaphone.
I like that.
They allow her to explore different social commentaries or delve into topics with a unique, perhaps more provocative or disarming lens than she might as Iris Bahr. Raylan, for instance, as a self-described sexpert and professional baby surrogate, she can ask questions and offer observations about taboo subjects or deeply personal experiences
Right.
that might land differently, maybe more effectively, coming from that specific quirky persona.
That makes sense. It gives her a different kind of access.
Exactly. And the XRAE podcast, with that incredibly diverse guest list, politics, film, literature, science, art, it directly reflects Bahr's own wide-ranging interests, and crucially, her Brown University studies in neuropsychology and religious studies.
It all connects back.
It really does. It's not just a collection of random interviews. It feels like a direct application of her intellectual curiosity, her capacity to find connections across seemingly disparate fields. She's bringing her entire academic and life background to bear on these conversations.
Yeah.
And then the Near Death podcast brings her back to that deeply personal, often philosophical territory, exploring vulnerability, resilience, directly connecting with the themes in her solo shows and memoirs. It's this cohesive evolution of her overarching interests, demonstrating an artist who continuously finds new ways to explore human experience through both her direct voice and her brilliant constructed personas. It's a compelling example for anyone looking to fuse their diverse passions into a singular, impactful, creative career.
So what does this all mean when we start to look at all these incredible threads together? A fascinating, intricate tapestry of talent, intellect, and relentless curiosity unmistakably emerges. But before we fully weave it all together, there's a significant personal event that also shaped her journey. A reminder that life's narrative is rarely just a smooth upward curve.
Indeed, it's a poignant reminder that even for the most accomplished, seemingly resilient individuals, life throws curveballs. And that profound personal experiences often serve as catalysts for redirection and, well, growth.
Iris Bahr actually moved to Los Angeles after a significant and quite traumatic personal event. A New York Parks Department truck injured her when it collided with her bicycle on Great Jones Street in New York.
Oof, that sounds serious.
No.
Yeah, this wasn't just a geographical relocation, was it? It was a consequence of a traumatic, life-altering incident.
Right.
It's crucial to acknowledge how an event like that can serve as a profound pivot point, fundamentally altering one's perspective, potentially influencing creative output, maybe solidifying a decision to embrace new ventures in a new city like LA.
Mm-hmm.
Experiences like this often lead to deep self-reflection, a reevaluation of priorities, and they can, paradoxically, become a wellspring for artistic expression centered on resilience, vulnerability, the fragility of life.
Yeah, you see that theme in some of her later work, like the Near Death podcast.
Exactly. It adds this powerful layer of personal challenge, immense resilience to her already complex story. It demonstrates how even profoundly difficult experiences can redirect and ultimately inform an artist's path, maybe fueling a deeper commitment to storytelling that explores the human condition.
And this is where we really try to connect the dots for you, our listener. Synthesizing her unique artistic identity, bringing all these incredible facets together, we've seen her listed as an actress, comedian, director, writer, author, producer, dramaturg, public speaking coach. It's an almost impossibly long, yet somehow cohesive list.
It really is.
So let's consider,
Hmm.
how do her early life experiences, the dramatic Bronx to Israel, move? Her rigorous IDF service as a sergeant, her extensive immersive travels through Southeast Asia and South America, how do they truly inform the depths, the authenticity, maybe that satirical edge we see in her acclaimed solo shows, her candid memoirs, her finely crafted character work like Svetlana or Raylan?
Well, if we connect all these profound life experiences to the bigger picture of her artistry, we see this fascinating interplay. Her early exposure to vastly different cultures. That likely fostered an acute observational capacity, allowing her to discern subtle human behaviors, cultural nuances that many might miss.
Okay.
That military discipline, that understanding of complex realities from the IDF, that likely instilled in her a resilience and almost surgical precision, perhaps, in her comedic timing and dramatic portrayals. It's not just about being funny. There's a structural integrity to her humor, a keen understanding of underlying power dynamics or human vulnerabilities that makes her satire so potent and her characters so believable.
Right, there's substance beneath the surface.
Exactly. And then layer on her academic pursuits, neuropsychology and religious studies. They lend this intellectual rigor, this deeply informed understanding of human behavior to everything she does.
It permeates it all.
It seems to. Her neuropsychological insight into the brain's workings means she understands the biological underpinnings of emotion, cognition, even irrationality. This isn't just academic theory. It allows her to craft characters in her solo shows, for Curb, with an almost scientific accuracy, making them incredibly relatable and psychologically rich. Her understanding of religious studies, on the other hand, provides a framework for exploring those universal human quests for meaning, identity, the power of narrative central themes in her memoirs and profound theatrical works. This academic background even extends, you could argue, to her role as a public speaking coach.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, she can draw on both behavioral psychology and narrative construction, or as the host of a podcast interviewing neuroscientists, where her foundational knowledge allows for truly insightful, deeper conversations.
Right, she's not just reading questions.
No. And her work as a dramaturg, understanding play structure, historical context, further deepens her ability to tell resonant stories. Her entire career feels like this powerful testament to the idea that diverse, even seemingly disparate experiences are not distractions. They are essential fuel for a truly unique and impactful creative life.
Yeah.
She doesn't just entertain. She often asks these fundamental questions about identity, society, the human condition, all informed by her incredibly rich, complex, wonderfully varied journey. She embodies someone who brings her whole self, her intellect, her experiences, her wit, her vulnerability to her art. And for you, our listener who values seeing how different disciplines can merge, this is a prime example of how scientific discipline and humanistic inquiry can infuse artistry with a unique kind of depth and authenticity.
And that's exactly why her entire journey really embodies the spirit of the learner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She consistently dives deep into new experiences, fearlessly extracts knowledge, and then applies it in the most surprising, innovative, and incredibly creative ways. Her work inherently encourages us to see the immense value in interdisciplinary thinking and the sheer power of embracing a full, often unpredictable life. She shows us vividly that you can bring your whole self, with all its varied interests and unique experiences, from military service to brain research to global adventures to your chosen field, and make an extraordinary, truly original impact.
It's a profound lesson, I think, in how personal narrative, when embraced with courage and intellectual curiosity, becomes the absolute richest, most authentic source of artistic expression. It's about finding the interconnectedness in your own journey.
So we've journeyed through this incredible, multifaceted world of Iris Bahr, from her formative years adapting to life in Israel, her rigorous academic pursuits in neuroscience and religious studies, to her award-winning performances on stage and screen, and her masterful creations in writing and audio. Her career is just a powerful testament to how a deep commitment to understanding the human experience, coupled with an insatiable curiosity and remarkable resilience, can lead to an extraordinary and profoundly impactful body of work.
Her story powerfully reminds us, doesn't it, that our most unique strengths, our most compelling narratives, often emerge from those unexpected intersections in our own lives. The precise places where our diverse interests, our challenges, our experiences converge to form something entirely new and uniquely ours.
So what can we take away from this fascinating deep dive today? Maybe the true deep dive in life isn't just into one specialized field or expertise, but rather into the courageous, the relentless exploration of every facet of your own curiosity, just as Iris Bahr has so brilliantly done.
That's a great thought.
What unexpected connections might you find by consciously bringing together your own diverse interests, experiences, and intellectual passions?
We truly encourage you to explore her work, whether it's one of her insightful and humorous memoirs or an acclaimed solo show like Die, which clearly offers that universal resonance, or her engaging podcasts like XRAE or the Near Death podcast. You'll discover a storyteller who is as intelligent and insightful as she is endlessly entertaining.